Lotus Elite. There we are. A couple of gentlemen talking about how many British sports car manufacturers are there. Well, there's a few left, but they're all owned by foreign companies now, including Morgan, more recent. I think it was last year, taken over by the Italians. Lotus Elite here. I've got a Land Rover, a few photographers here. Come from pretty far and wide. The Easter weekend here, Easter Saturday here. Right. You've got a Maserati from the Italian contingent here.
No problem. Yeah. I just looked on.
There we are, 2000.
Yeah.
There it is.
But it's great for.
Fiat there, Italian of course. The Triumph Star here as well. Very popular car in the 1970s. Roots, there we are. We've got the overdrive there. Mini. Bucket seats as well there. Lovely customisation there. What do we have here? A Lancia, another Italian car here. Was this sort of place you'll have people just interested in looking at the cars and walking on, rather than the absolute car enthusiast. Got the Ford Escort here. Well, lower marsh here in South London, as they say, South London. RS 2000 Ford Escort, mid 1970s. Got a Mini, another Mini here. All around it here. It's even got a Honda VTEC engine there. Sacrilege, some people might say. Even got the Honda badge on the back of it. VW. And now, got a thoroughbred here in the Jaguar here. Well, taking phone calls about the car, of course, here. Must get down here quickly, have a look at these. They're not going to be here that long, probably a couple of hours, I do believe, for the classic car meet here in Waterloo. I don't think it's an all-day thing. There we are, late 1960s for the Jag here. And the Morris Traveller there with the Morris 1000 Traveller there. Very popular, of course, and very reliable with a good source of parts. Oh, German here in the Mercedes. Even for sale, there we are. 280 now, it's the S-Class. Now we have the Ford Cortina here. Now is this a Lotus Cortina? It's happening in 3 litre. Probably is, you know. 3 litre, of course, most of them are running back 1.6. Lovely old Austin van here. There we are, workhorse of the day. Morris Miley convertible here. Lovely for the summer. There we are. And behind me another Morris Miley. There we are. The 2-door. Of course, most of them, I don't want the word 2-door. I think most of them are 2-doors. 4-door would have been total luxury for the family. American car here. Good lord, very popular here. Got to get the photographs, of course. Alright. Now, just before we see the Triumph, what is it, I wonder? Eldorado. It's being close to the city of London. Actually, we are in London, but this is South London. We are going to see a lot of people riding the cars. Perhaps people have never seen the cars before, or never seen some of the cars. Of course, the younger people might not have seen the old Triumphs. There we are, the Triumph 2 litre now. I think it's a Triumph Vitesse here. Triumph Herald. Double headlights gives it away there. There we are. And there we are, the Vitesse here. Lower Marsh. Yeah, a lot of people around this one, like popular cars, you can work out. But easy to maintain. There we are, the amount of people around the cars here in London. Actually, not a bad thing to have in London, a classic car, because you cannot use them very much. You're doing 15 mile a week or something, not too bad actually.
Just gets his head chopped off.
No. Another Triumph Herald Vitesse here. A French car here, and the Citroën DS. Moving on. Not my favourite. Always known as being rather ugly, but a matter of opinion, of course. Well, such a French barge there. Now, I wonder what's up here. Top of Lower Marsh here. Easy walking distance into central London by 20 minutes, probably. Certainly over the bridge. Now, so popular these cars are. Now, we have the Bristol now. Sadly, I think Bristol, they had a new design out, but sadly, I think they went bankrupt or something. Certainly saw their demise, and I still didn't hope that they might come back from some of the Puritans and enthusiasts, but I'm not sure, so I heard what last year sometime, I think it was, the Bristol 2-litre here. Of course, used to be a car that the rock stars would have if perhaps it's an alternative to a Rolls Royce or a Bentley, something totally different and something that wouldn't give the game away who you are, perhaps so much. There we are, the S-Type Jag 2.4 litre. Meanwhile, here as well. Here the trains into Waterloo station here. There we are, the Mark II here. German car here, and the Mercedes, which when they were built reasonably well, unlike today, where they fall apart in about 5 minutes. There we are, the 250. Lotus here as well, the Lotus. Lancia, there were Italian cars weren't that reliable, they were 1979 Lancia Beta. There we are. Of course, the ones that lasted the test of time. They've lasted. They've stood the test of time. Lower Marsh here, and I think we're now on Westminster Bridge Road here. Here we have another Italian car in the Fiat 2000. There's another make that's still going to this day. Lancia Fulvia here. I'm not sure if they're still importing into the country, but certainly they're still going into Italy anyway. Another Fiat 600 rather than 500. They were slightly bigger than the 500. Of course, the 500 made a comeback a few years ago. And perhaps an alternative to Mini now in the Fiat. A few motorbikes here, probably expect a few more as well. Blood motorbike there as well. Now we have the holiness and purity of the E-Type Jag. Yeah, that's what you want. Sorry about the rubbish, they're not collected as yet, but the E-Type Jag V12 there. Lovely E-Type Jag. Now, alongside we have the Riley Alpha here. There we are, luxury, really luxury version of the Mini. Certainly was made as a luxury alternative to the Mini. Its own character, of course, here. A bit of wood and leather there, luxury, of course. The Riley Alpha. down to the Lotus Elite here. Looks like the Lotus is about to leave here, unfortunately. Lotus Elite, well, he was parked rather precariously anyway. There we hear the engine of the Lotus Elite here. The Lotus Elite. There we are. Classic Lotus, there we are around 1979. And he's off. Well, but a few Italian cars here as well, like the British, a few others to American, of course. There he goes, automatic there in the Lotus. Right, not a bad car. Are you going already? Or is he going to park up? I'm not sure if he's leaving because it's only a classic car meet, so perhaps might come to see a few of you then go. But I think he's parking up actually there. Well, at least you've heard the engine sound anyway. He's parking up here. It's a nice car, something different, of course, in South London, as they say. Whoa. Side street here. Up there, low number of classic cars parked up for a classic car meet. Coming down the side street here, we have this lovely Jaguar XJ8 here, the Jaguar XJ8. Parked up. W rate, well, this is around possibly 2000 or so. Classic Jag.